Welcome to the Greenhulk garage. We've got a new 2017 Yamaha GP1800 wave runner. If you read all the hype on the forums and social media, everybody's calling this the best ski Yamaha ever produced. I have to agree with them. It's an amazing ski. It's extremely fast with just a few mods. I'll tell you all about that. This ski has a speed limiter on it. You're not going to go any faster until you reflash the ECU. And I've done that with the Riva Map Tuner X. Really cool device, very easy to use. It simply connects to the middle connector of the ECU and connects to the ski's battery to power it up. You have many different tunes you can choose from. You can select the tunes you want and then simply load it to the ski. I can tell you that this ski, completely bone stock without any modifications, with a basic stage 1 tune, ran 79.1 miles an hour. Absolutely incredible. I added a couple of mods and I'll show you those now. The first thing we did was add the Riva power filter, and this is the power filter here in a very cool system. Riva's got a billet clamp that clamps onto the nose of your supercharger, and this plastic piece just simply threads on, and the power filter connects to the supercharger, and it has a mount bracket system to hold it securely. Now, the power filter comes with this really nice K&N filter. Stainless steel, will not rust. The mesh is stainless steel. I don't use it. Here's a good tip for you guys. What I do, there's a 4-inch vent tube up under the hood. I connect it directly to the mouth of the power filter. That way the engine's only bringing in cooler outside air. You get more power that way. That's a good tip for you guys to try on your ski. The second mod we did was this Soleus 1318 SVHO impeller. Absolutely incredible. The difference this impeller made over stock is just night and day. The acceleration is just unbelievable. With just the tune, this impeller and the Riva power filter, the ski went 81.9 miles an hour. Really unheard of for such few mods. This is the stock impeller here, and the Soleus comes with a billet nose cone. I do not use it. I never have. This is a trick we learned back in the GPR days. Can't tell you why, but the ski is faster without the nose cone. So that just stays in the box. This is part of the Riva Pro Series SVHO cooling kit that we'll also be installing. This is an extra water pickup that installs in the pump right here. Very easy to do. One thing worth noting is that the factory tach does not go over 8,000 RPMs. So what we do, we add a little cheap TTO tach. These are also available in Greenhulk store. Very cheap, very accurate, and you can tell your actual RPMs and see exactly where you're at. Now I can tell you, after doing the tune, the power filter, and the impeller, the ski had enough power to cavitate on hole shot. Nothing bad, but it will get worse once we add these other mods I'm about to show you. So what we do, we use this Lucky 13 adjustable pump cone. These work incredibly well. Got a bolt in the end of it. The cone pulls off, and you have different size spacers. The more spacers you have, the less RPM you'll turn. The less spacers you have, the more RPM you'll turn. So you can use this device to actually dial in your RPM between cooler months and hot summer months. Plus it adds speeds, kills cavitation, and improves acceleration. Really nice part. Alright, the next thing I want to show you guys is the ride plate. This is the factory ride plate I've got sitting up here. And underneath it, I have a Jim's Performance modified factory ride plate. You can see the difference. This is machined down. It's got skegs machined down into it. That'll help the handling. This is going to be a very fast flat water plate. Jim is known to make the fastest plates out there. So we're anxious to try that out. Underneath it, I've got a Works ride plate. Very cool design. It's a lot longer than the factory plate by about 3.5 inches. And I can tell you now, without even testing it, having that extra length, it's going to be one hell of a good rough water plate. Ocean riders are definitely going to want this plate. It's going to improve hookup, and you're going to be able to run faster through rough water. It's also got skegs in it, and these grooves here, which are going to help handling. I'll be doing a back-to-back test of all these plates later on, so stay tuned for that. Next thing I want to show you is the stock intake grate compared to the new Works intake grate. You can see the stock is just simple 3-bar design. Not a good design, not good for performance at all. The Works is a top loader design. You can see how it will force water to the top of the pump, making the pump more efficient. This is going to also improve handling and hookup, and I'm told increase top speed. Dean's team's been using this grate, and he's told me a lot of good things about it, so we're anxious to try it. We'll also be doing a back-to-back test. Now, one thing I like that Yamaha did with this new GP model is they gave us a pump seal kit. Typically, we'd have to buy an aftermarket pump seal kit. This one can be easily transferred over to the Works by simply cutting off these outer pieces, and it fits into the cavity of the Works intake grate. Good to go. Saves you a little money there by using the factory part. Okay, moving right along, we've got our Fizzle intercooler. Incredible intercooler. This is the stock SVHO intercooler. It's an improvement over the SHO intercooler, but it's still a terrible intercooler. Good for a stock ski, not good for a performance ski. I can tell you after making several wide open throttle passes that RPM would drop off because of heat fade. That's mainly because of this intercooler and the stock cooling system, which we will be upgrading. We selected the Fizzle intercooler with the tile blow-off valve. It's a 50mm blow-off valve. One of the best you're going to get on the market. That's going to be a very good system. Moving right along, intake manifold. It's got these 2 brackets on there. I take those off and remove them. They're totally not needed. It makes it a pain in the ass to install everything. So much easier when you can just bolt the intake manifold up to the head and not worry about that. When you pull the throttle body off, you've got a ribbon that's in the intake manifold. You can see how restrictive this piece is. You hold it up to the light, you can't even see light through it. Your engine is not going to breathe good with this piece in place. So for that, Riva, R&D, and Works makes a ribbon delete or an intake manifold upgrade. It's just a simple billet piece that fits back into the rubber sleeve and it pushes into the intake manifold, like so. Now some people say, I'm not going to spend the $35. I'm just going to leave it out. That's a bad idea, guys, and this is why. You see this ridge in here? You're going to have a ridge there, hampering airflow. It's going to cause turbulence. Anything after this throttle plate, you want a smooth transition of airflow. And installing this intake manifold upgrade will eliminate that step and give you a smooth transition of airflow. Okay, more parts for the Fizzle. Plumbing, clamps, water fittings. The kit comes with everything you need. Complete kit. Very, very nice kit. Okay, moving right along. We got to pull the exhaust out to install the Riva cooling kit. Gives you more room to work and access to all the fittings. While we have it out, we're going to install the Riva O2 sensor mounting kit. It goes in the exhaust. It replaces this piece and allows you to screw in an O2 sensor. The kit also comes with a very cool O2 sensor socket, which makes for easy removal and installation of the O2 sensor. It also comes with a billet plug to cap it off when you're not running an O2 sensor. This is a good idea to have on a heavily modified ski to make sure your AFR is in check and your engine's running safely. So that about covers all the parts we're going to install this weekend. Stay tuned for the results. It should be pretty impressive.